wreck families, ruin lives, you lose jobs.
It ended because of the negligence of her production company in regards to realizing how severe her health was.
Wreck families ruin lives, you realize you lose positions it finished due to the carelessness of her creation organization. With respect to acknowledging how serious her well-being was in the marvelous, frequently turbulent universe of big-name seat stories, have caught the public's creative mind, very like the secretive vanishing of Wendy Williams from the public eye, the fiery, frequently disputable TV host and character who is known for her openness and bigger-than-in-life persona is eminently missing, leaving a path of concern and hypothesis in her wake. This unexpected and unexplained withdrawal remains as a distinct difference to the lively vocation she once drove, elevating the feeling of secret inconcern. I can't get out. Wow, the profundity of this worry was as of late expressed by Charlemagne, the god Wendy's ex-radio accomplice, in a select discussion with the U.S. child Charlemagne, who has not addressed Wendy for a really long time, communicated his expectations for her prosperity. I ask that she's healthy intellectually, sincerely, profoundly. Actually, he shared his words, bound with earnestness, mirror a certifiable worry for somebody who was once a nearby teammate in the unforgiving universe of media. Wendy's last open locating was in New York City in February, where her slight appearance, because of progressing well-being concerns, set alerts ringing. The picture of Wendy in such a state was a long ways from the enthusiastic presence crowds had become used to on The Wendy Williams Show. This contrast between her past liveliness and her ebb and flow condition has just enhanced the concerns of her fans and companions. The same Charlemagne's appearance on Wendy's circumstance are profoundly telling, regardless of their organized relationship. His craving for her to have an honorable excursion independent of their own set of experiences is powerful. You need to see individuals continuously going out with a plane arrival, with the wheels coming out. You would rather not see individuals crash. Basically, I don't, he said, figuratively portraying the expectation that Wendy's story doesn't end in misfortune. The account of Wendy Williams isn't only one of a superstar blurring from the spotlight, yet a story touched with stress and unanswered inquiries. An account of a lady once directed the wireless transmissions, presently covered peacefully and secret, as fans and spectators the same wrestle with her abrupt retreat from public life. The inquiries kept on mounting. Where is Wendy Williams? And all the more significantly, how is she? She needed to fend her family off, except for her child. I accept that as the riddle encompassing Wendy Williams develops, the layers of her own and monetary unrest start to unfurl, laying out a picture of a star wrestling with significant difficulties. Wendy's well-being battles, particularly her fight with serious dependence, have been a focal subject in her new account. A few times now, and even today and past, I have been residing in a level-headed house. What is going on turned disturbing while, as per the U.S. child, Wendy was supposedly making frantic early morning calls, entreating companions to bring her alcohol. An insider uncovered she was calling a few group early Saturday, early daytime, asking individuals to bring her liquor. This pull for liquor, especially in clear alcohol camouflaged in water bottles, highlights a nerve-wracking reality. Who Wendy's fight with habit is definitely not another section in her story already. She went through escalated treatment at a Malibu health office for outrageous enslavement maltreatment. As one source put it, alcohol has been a genuine battle for her throughout recent years. The source added, featuring the gravity of her compulsion, the desperate admonitions from specialists, assuming you drink, you'll kick the bucket, appeared to have been a frantic endeavor to pull her back from the verge. These medical problems have followed with huge expert mishaps. Wendy's long-running show, The Wendy Williams Show, arrived at a sudden end with her non-attendance from the last season, saying a lot about her decaying condition. Deadmire Mercury, her long-lasting creation organization, declared the retraction and the death of her time allotment to Sher Shepherd, her previous visitor. Have this change flagged a change in programming, as well as a period's end, with Wendy's energetic on-screen presence turning into a memory right. And we should be clear, they made the most of her too, like in the Express. that she was in monetary troubles intensified her battles posts separate from Wayfade's overwhelming difficulties, including the freezing of her ledgers in the midst of these adversities. Wendy, who had once instructed TV screens with her dynamic presence, appeared to be throwing away valuable time and energy against her own devils. You said in the New York Times Magazine, "I'm an extremely lenient individual, yet there's one thing I would never be a piece of, and that one thing happened." M8, adding to the intricacy of her circumstance, are reports of Wendy's non-stop drinking episodes. She was purportedly seen drinking cosmopolitan mixed drinks all through one night in New York City. A passerby at the gay bar condo uncovered when the barkeep asked her what she needed to drink. She essentially expressed "something to get me smashed." This authentic confirmation, in the event that genuine paints an image, a lady looking for shelter in the very substance that will destroy her. Wendy's delegate endeavored to approach one such occurrence in a good light, expressing Wendy was commending her forthcoming new open doors. She needed to celebrate, as she has things happening causing her to feel like she has a renewed outlook. Anyway, this hopeful twist vies the serious idea of her battle's hospitalizations, have interspersed Wendy's new history, with the U.S. Sun detailing 2 cases in only the beyond couple of weeks. Her unusual well-being direction has left even her dearest companions and family in a territory of ceaseless concern. Burglarized shooter Wendy's companion communicated his feelings of dread on his web recording, "Shrewd yet decent," with loot shooter saying every one of her companions are extremely worried, in a piercing impression of her predicament. Wendy's more youthful sibling Tommy voiced his misery over her condition during the recording of her narrative. He scrutinized the rationale behind the creation, regretting, "Is that going to be the show? Is that what my father needs to anticipate watching to push our face in the compost?" The convergence of Wendy's well-being and monetary difficulties makes a vortex of vulnerability as her story unfurls. The once unwavering figure of Wendy Williams shows up progressively delicate, leaving her fans and onlookers in a condition of profound concern and tension about her future. "I had no one again to converse with except for the times presently were much more profound than they at any point were a major part of my life." The tangled trap of Wendy Williams' momentum situation is additionally convoluted by murmurs from insiders near her. Circle One source, talking under the state of obscurity, uncovered a heroine viewpoint expressing Wendy's condition as basic, and from what we can see, it's just deteriorating. This chilling knowledge into Wendy's well-being adds a solemn tone to the continuous story, proposing what is going on, yet her circumstance may be more grave than recently suspected, further energizing the fire of concern. Another insider imparted a comparatively grim standpoint to "Sad to watch consistently. It appears as though she's slipping further away from the Wendy we, as a whole, knew and cherished." They mourned. These words, saturated with distress, illustrate a once considerable figure currently confronting what may be her hardest fight. "Yet I had no one again to converse with except for the times currently were considerably more profound than they at any point were a major part of my life." The differentiation between these critical insider accounts and the more hopeful public assertions from her agents makes a division that is difficult to accommodate. The inquiry at the forefront of everybody's thoughts is which story holds reality with regards to Wendy Williams' present status. This vulnerability keeps her committed fans and general society in a condition of uneasiness, gripping to each new snippet of data, confident yet uncertain. As the world wrestles with these clashing reports, the fate of Wendy Williams hangs in a sensitive equilibrium. The chance of her making a victorious revisitation of the media world diminishes as time passes, eclipsed by the feelings of dread for her well-being and well-charging the persevering through secret encompassing her condition, and the fate of her profession proceeds to dazzle and concern the people who have followed her excursion through the ups and downs of popularity. In this continuous adventure, one thing stays clear: the tale of Wendy Williams is a long way from closed, and the world anticipates with teased breath the following part in the existence of this once famous media character. "In all honesty, I see a period as a weight I can hardly hold on Until it's over, I'm not terrified of menopause by any means. In the midst of this wild part in Wendy Williams' life, General Society has not avoided offering their viewpoints, concerns, and backing fan remarks give a window into the shifted viewpoints on her circumstance. One fan powerfully inquired as to for what reason isn't somebody paying special attention to Wendy, her better half utilized her, and for what reason is her child not in any event, working not so much as a temporary work, she's just a single individual. This remark highlights a typical feeling among her crowd, a profound worry for her prosperity, and an inclination that she's been left annoyed for herself in these